I'm in a healthy relationship right now. And what it surprises me is it's not that I'm in a healthy relationship, but I'm able to stay in a healthy relationship. A few years ago, I um I was just attracting familiarity. I was attracting partners who were familiar to things that um, I lived in the past, in my childhood, in my background, from my past. So there were wounds that I was attracting because it was familiar to me. So I was attracting, what what I was comfortable with. For me, relationships were not easy in the past because I was so afraid that they will abandon me, they will leave me, they would, you know, just leave me and say goodbye, like that's it. I was afraid of that because, well, I was abandoned in the past, so um, this is kind of the familiarity that I was attracting, and I was living in that fear of I have to be the best partner ever to the other one because I want that person to be with me, um, to stay with me, and I will abandon myself, my needs. Um, I will overgive. I would not. I would not know how to say no just because of fear of the other one be sad or upset or annoyed by me. Um, so my relationships were hard. Um, Something I've learned, it's relationships, mostly romantic relationships is what I'm talking right now, amplify who we are, the good, the bad, the best, and the worst. And I lived it like in first person, like how when I was happy, I was the happiest. When I was loving, I was, whoa, I was super loving and sweet and kind. But then my dark side, my dark side, but as well my fears were also amplified too. So when I was sad, I was super sad. When I was scared, I was super scared. When I was anxious, I was super anxious, and I could even have sometimes some panic attacks, of because, for example, one of my ex partners didn't text me for days or for hours, and I didn't text it, and I will have this kind of panic attacks, and a little bit of, obviously not a little bit, also it's a big fear. Um, there was there was a point of my life that I remember I was 28. Um, and I was looking for a partner who, I wanted to be with someone. I wanted to build a life with someone. And I was looking, well, I wouldn't say I was looking. I just didn't want to be alone. So I, since I travel a lot, and I was around people who also travel around, and this is kind of basically situationships a little bit, like you stay with people. because it's a situation you're both in the same place and you're attracted to each other, or there's some chemistry, or you get along with that person, and then you ended up having like a little romance, or sometimes a bit longer. And in one of those, um, it was a very very toxic. It became very 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 toxic, and I'm not calling him toxic, but it was. That's when I realized how that there was something me I still needed to work on, because I knew what I wanted from someone, but I was just not attracting the right person. Um, then I understood that it was not about him, it was about me. Like, I realized that if I wanted to attract the person I wanted, I needed to become myself that person. Because we we attract what we are, we attract what we tolerate. Um, when I tolerate things that I didn't like, or I didn't feel safe, because, well, I wanted to be with him, or that's what I thought. In that, and when I was tolerating all these things that was hurting me, um, then is when I've realized that I was abandoning myself. I was abandoning my needs because of someone else, and I knew that that was not the way to be with someone. Um, Even though that experience for me, it was very very hard, because I suffer a lot, and I saw a lot of fears, insecurities that I had to work on, and I'm still working on. And even though, yeah, it was tough situation, tough journey, tough process. Today, I want to say that it saved me from keep having those dramatic, challenging relationships. So I'm learned from that. Then I took almost a year to be with myself, to take care of myself. And when I say to take care of myself, it's not to have a skincare or spa, or go to the gym, or eating healthy, um, which obviously these kind of things influence and affects in a positive way if we do it in the right way. But mm, for me, it was mostly to listen to my body, listen to myself, to listen to my feelings, listen to my body, and to say how I feel today and what my body needs, instead of what I should do, but what I can do for myself, and listen to it and say no. And that was for me self-care. And today I'm in a healthy relationship, because I've learned to say no to those things that were familiar to me, but it was not healthy for me, because I'm not that person anymore. Today I'm a new person, and I became the person I wanted to be. And for sure, sometimes I have some fears, insecurities, and I come back to that person and act like that and behave like that. But I'm like, no, I can do better, you know. And thanks to listen to myself and taking care of myself, becoming the person I want to be, behave, um, feel, because I'm learning to be less anxious, more calm, less reactive. You know, I'm learning to be more aligned with myself and with my values and with my principles. And thanks to all these, I was able to attract a person who feels safe because I feel safe with me, with myself. Attract a person who feels safe, stable, who feels good to me. And I was able to do that because I've learned to be safe in my body, to treat myself better, and to better for myself. Saying yes for these things and saying no for the things that were hurting me and was not good for me. So was kind of a little bit of my journey with toxic relationships. Um, Thank you for listening and watching these videos. The purpose of these videos are for reflection and, a bit of reflect on your own journey in, for example, with relationships that haven't been easy, because I feel like we all go through that once, or maybe not romantic but another way too. So yeah, um please leave a comment if you resonate with this, um subscribe and all these things. Thank you very much. Have a good day.